Hey folks, Marty Nowicki coming to you from the Turning Stone Resort and Casino. I want to wish everybody happy holidays. Be safe and be good for the end of 2013. I'm going to put out this video and probably one or two more others, so be on the lookout. I wanted to clarify just a few terms. I feel it's incumbent on me, the golf instructor, to be very familiar with what people talk about, what other instructors are talking about, and to classify information so that you, the viewer, can understand certain things. And you'll hear during various telecasts somebody talk about, say, Jim Hardy or Chris O'Connell, who teaches Matt Kuchar. You might hear something about a one-plane swing, and just to kind of clarify what that means. Here's Sam Snead on the right, and you can see how Sam Snead's leading arm and his shoulders are on the same plane, or on one plane. And here's Davis Love, a little younger Davis Love, and you can clearly see how his left arm and shoulders are not on the same plane, or they would be on two planes. And that's really what Jim Hardy talks about in his book called The Plain Truth for Golfers. Those two types of swings are a little different. They warrant different sets of fundamentals. I guess using another example would be a car that runs on diesel versus regular gasoline. So you better know what to put in it in order for it to work well. And there are certain characteristics that go along with a two-plane swing, and certain characteristics that go along with a one. And it's my job to decipher the information so that you can, have a little easier time swinging the golf club and playing golf. Stack and tilt, which would be another type of swinging. Mike Bennett and Andy Plummer, friends of mine, basically they came up with a pretty simple premise. I'll get a couple different golfers up here because I think it's important for people to understand how simple this premise can be. Take Davis Love on the right. The ball, the red line extending up from the ball. They have a simple premise that a good golfer is only going to hit the ground on that side of the line, meaning they're going to hit the ball first, then take a divot. All right? And in order for them to do that, in order for a good player to do that, when I go to impact where Davis Love is, you can see that the hands are well past the point of where the ball used to be, and Davis's center of gravity, or where his weight is past where the ball is. So I'll take a couple of those lines down. Again, I'll show him at address, and then I'll show him at impact. I'll do that again, address, and I'll extend this line up all the way through his head, just so you can get an idea of where he is relative to the ball when he strikes it. So you can see that the majority of his weight is under his left leg. Hands are well past the ball. And ultimately, all these good golfers, to some degree or another, get their hands past the point of the ball so that they can hit the ground after the ball. Not exactly sure why that ever became controversial, because all of these players, to some degree, here's David Duval when he was number one in the world. Again, the low point of the swing is after the ball, and in order to do that, the hands are well past the point of the ball. There's a basic geometry that goes along with good golf, that of a lowercase letter y. And the whole purpose of that is we want to be able to hit the ground after the ball. I'll play a few more. It wouldn't matter if we had a driver in your hand, chipping with a wedge, or hitting a full 7-iron. Good golfers create this basic geometry, and they do that to gain leverage. And what Mike and Andy have talked about is, okay, the ball is right there. Well, you as the player have your job is to hit the ground on that side of it only. And the only way to do that is to get your arms, hands far enough past the ball, and to get your center of gravity far enough past the ball. So if I take away that little X, you'll see a little divot come up with Colin Montgomery hitting a wood. David Duval is in that position. Steve Elkington, there he is at address. There he is at impact. So what you're seeing is hands past the ball, weight past the ball, or your center of gravity past the ball, and hence the divot will be past the ball. Again, what Mike and Andy employ is, hey, you know what? If the average player, the guy that's playing once a week, wants to get better at this game, well, the easiest way for that player to get better would be to keep their weight more under their left leg and get their arms, learn how to hit the ground past the point of the ball without coming over the top. So you'd be still coming from the inside. And ultimately, again, I'm not sure where all the controversy is, because when I keep watching these players, they all hit the ground past the point of the ball. There's all the dirt, and they all attack the ball from the inside. So here's Davis again on the right. There's the ball and the target. And as Davis is coming into the ball, and it's not just him, it's all of them. The club is clearly inside the point of the ball. That allows it to swing outward into the ball. So there'll be more videos to come. Wanted to just classify some information as far as one plane and two plane, as far as stack and tilt goes. And we'll have more videos coming up, because you'll see patterns emerging with what good players are doing relative to, in order to hit the golf ball properly. And none of the players that I just showed you, to my knowledge, have ever taken a lesson from Jim Hardy, who authored the One Plane Swing, or from Mike Bennett and Andy Plummer. So, hope you're enjoying, and we will have another video come out soon. Thanks.